Local news, the Outagamie County Sheriff's Department is asking nearby agencies with active missing persons cases to help identify a body pulled from the Fox River. One of them is the Appleton Police Department. That's where NBC 26's Mo Hyder's live tonight with the latest. Mo.
Yeah, Cassandra, the Appleton Police Department says that they're trying to help determine if that body that was pulled from the river is an Appleton woman who went missing earlier in the month. Now, that woman, officers say, Caitlin Jong, has been missing since October 5th, to be exact. Outagamie County Sheriff's deputies removed the body from Fox River near Hazacker Park in Little Chute on Saturday morning. Police say there haven't been any recent developments on where Jong might be.
Then our investigators have been attempting to locate anyone that may have information about her whereabouts, her welfare, and to check into banking records, phone records, that kind of thing.
And Sergeant Lund says there hasn't been any significant movement, or any movement at all, rather, on those banking accounts since she has been missing. Now, again, an autopsy is currently being conducted. Those results, though, have not been released just yet. In Appleton, Mo Hyder, NBC 26.
Thanks, Mo. Appleton police investigating fraudulent bank account activity after dozens of people complained over the weekend after seeing unauthorized withdrawals on their debit cards. NBC 26's Regina On live at 6 now with the latest on that story. Regina.
Cassandra, police say they received over 40 complaints over the weekend. Investigators say people should avoid using ATMs that look suspicious and unregulated checkouts, as this may be a possible spot for skimmers. Now, skimmers allows thieves to get information from debit cards to make purchases without the card holders knowing. Police say skimmers have been popping up frequently around the state in recent years, and especially the last couple of days. Now, investigators try to find the suspects responsible.
Trying to pinpoint where the withdrawals may have occurred. I'm trying to go back and look at whether those sites may have surveillance cameras so that we can go back and check on that activity, see if we can develop any suspect information from that.
Now, Sergeant Lund says if you find fraudulent activity on your debit card, contact your law enforcement right away. Keeping you connected, Regina On, NBC 26.
Still ahead, school evacuated when students at one school district can expect to head back to class after a threat this morning. Plus, what is next for the Pack? See how Coach McCarthy and the team plan to move forward after this devastating injury.
You're connected to NBC 26 News at 6 with Stacey Engebretson, Chief Meteorologist Cameron Moreland, and Sports Director Charlie Sakaitis. NBC 26 News at 6. Keeping you connected. And now, your Storm Shield forecast with NBC 26 Chief Meteorologist Cameron Moreland.
Freezing cold temperatures across a large part of the viewing area this morning with large patches of frost in spots. But after the chilly morning, we warmed up nicely with a lot of sunshine, and that warming trend is going to continue. Here's a look at your 7-day temperature trend. Upper 60s tomorrow and Wednesday, mid to upper 60s on Thursday, and then we'll see some 70s as we move into Friday and Saturday. Right now, temperatures across northeast Wisconsin range from the lower 50s to the upper 50s. In Green Bay, the sun just set. We're looking at mostly clear skies with a temperature of 55 degrees. High pressure is our main weather maker this evening, and it will continue to control our weather pretty much all week long. We do have a cold front off to the north and west that is approaching Wisconsin. And in between the two systems, we had a southwest wind flow today. And that southwest wind flow really started to warm things back up. Temperatures running 10, 15, almost 20 degrees warmer today compared to yesterday. And that equaled a lot of 70s across the central and northern plains and some mid to upper 60s across Minnesota and Iowa. This is headed our way for later on in the week. This is headed our way for the next couple of days. Here's a look at your forecast for Tuesday. Sunshine mixing with some high clouds. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s, about 10 degrees above normal for this time of year. On Wednesday, more of the same, mostly sunny skies across the area. Temperatures will be just a little bit warmer, upper 60s to around 70 degrees, even some lower 70s here west of the Fox Valley in those normally warmer spots. So this warm fall continues. High temperatures have been above normal 34 of the last 36 days, and we've got more on the way. In fact, even warmer weather is going to push in by the time we get to Friday and Saturday. So are we talking record highs? No. Record highs are in the upper 70s to lower 80s, and right now I'm thinking most of us will be about 5 to 10 degrees below that. So your forecast for tonight calls for fair skies, not as chilly as last night. Overnight lows will be in the lower to mid 40s instead of the 30s. Tomorrow, sunshine mixing with some high clouds and warmer. Temps will get up into the upper 60s. Our normal high tomorrow is 56. 69 degrees on Wednesday, lots of sunshine. A little bit cooler on Thursday. A weak frontal boundary will drop in from the north. It quickly returns as a warm front by Friday. Look for lower 70s, possibly some mid 70s, once again west of the Fox Valley. Lower to mid 70s on Saturday with increasing clouds, and then a stronger system that's really not that strong will move through late Saturday into Sunday with the chance for a couple of showers. Behind that, we will cool down just a little bit. But even with that cool down, Cassandra, it's still going to be above normal, but it appears things will be changing as we head into the final week of October, maybe the exact opposite of what we're going to see the next 7 days.
Well, this weekend looks perfect. It's too bad that we didn't have Halloween trick-or-treat times this weekend.
Yeah, I know. Just gorgeous weather. Saturday, probably the day to go look at peak colors across northeast Wisconsin.
Oh, no. And then big changes.
Big changes, yep.
Oh, no. We'll enjoy it this weekend.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Cameron. Well, after the break, all clear. Students sent home early today after a threat was made at a school in Coleman. Plus, taking over for number 12, who will the Packers trust to step up and take over as their quarterback after Rodgers' injury? A driver accused of being responsible for a hit and run to a pedestrian near Lawrence University has been arrested on multiple charges. Appleton police say 32-year-old Justin Jorgensen hit a 20-year-old female student at the corner of East College Avenue and North Law Street Saturday. Police say despite the victim's request for help from the driver, he got back in his vehicle and drove away. The victim was treated at the hospital and is expected to be okay. Jorgensen is charged with OWI and hit and run causing injury. One of the men charged with stealing diapers from a Fox Cities warehouse in a Fox Crossing earlier this year sentenced today for stealing forklifts. John Forbes is accused of stealing more than $100,000 worth of diapers from the Fox Cities diaper bank back in March. Today, this sentencing was for stealing forklifts from Valley Packaging. Court documents show earlier this year Forbes confessed to taking those 2 forklifts.
If I had to do it over, I would definitely made a different decision. As far as the terms of what I did, I know I shouldn't have, and I wish I could take it back.
This will be a consecutive sentencing after he's done with probation in Winnebago County. He'll start this one. He'll go to jail for 1 year, but can work Monday through Thursday. All extracurricular activities have been canceled tonight for high school students in the Coleman School District. This update from the district's Facebook page. Students and staff were evacuated after a threatening voice message. The school district saying there is no threat to students or staff and classes will resume tomorrow morning. We'll be right back with sports.
And now, NBC 26 Sports with Chris Barrier.
Well, it's kind of like the lyrics off the Guns N' Roses debut album back in 1988, Sweet Child of Mine. Where do we go now? It's the question the Packers are faced with since Aaron Rodgers is out for quite possibly the entire season. Coach McCarthy announced this afternoon that Rodgers will undergo surgery on his broken clavicle and he could miss the entire 2017 campaign, although it is not guaranteed. As for who takes Rodgers' spot, McCarthy was asked, hey, how about that Colin Kaepernick guy?
Did you just listen to that question I just answered? Okay, I got 3 years invested in Brett Hundley, 2 years invested in Joe Callahan. The quarterback room is exactly where it needs to be, okay? We're fortunate to have a great quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. We're committed to the path that we're on. We need to play better as a football team. And Brett Hundley, he'll be starting this week.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Just kidding. There you have it. Brett Hundley is clearly the guy, at least for now. He was 18 for 33 with 157 yards, his first career touchdown and 3 interceptions against Minnesota. But you can't blame a guy who was thrown into the fire in his first real NFL game of any significance. Now he'll have a full week to prepare for the Saints at home on Sunday. As expected, the team officially promoted third-string quarterback Joe Callahan to the active roster. Ironically, this weekend's opponent, the Saints, is the team that signed Callahan, then dropped him before the Packers picked him back up and placed him on the practice squad. To make room on the 53, the Packers placed injured corner Quentin Rollins on the IR. Rollins joins a growing list of Don Barclay, Kyle Murphy, Jacob Schum, Jason Spriggs, David Talley, and Herb Waters on the injured reserve list, which, hey, brings us to the next uplifting story in our sportscast. The injury to Rodgers is far from the only one plaguing the green and gold. The Packers lost 4 other players in yesterday's game, including 60% of the starting offensive line. David Bakhtiari re-aggravated his groin, which has kept him sidelined this season. Lane Taylor injured his ankle/knee and couldn't put any weight on it. And Brian Bulaga left the game with a concussion. Today, the Packers held team meetings, and no one was making any excuses for their poor play against the Vikings. Regardless of who is on the sideline and who is in the game, this team knows it needs to be better.
You know, we have guys that are ready to play. We have guys that have a lot of experience whose name is called to play this game. So, it's very important to us to make sure we give those guys the tools and the resources they need to be successful on Sunday.
We just got to get guys comfortable. We got good guys in this room that come to work hard every day. So we can just get better tomorrow, get better Wednesday, get better Thursday to make sure Sunday that we're operating at an elite level, we give ourselves a shot.
Meanwhile, next door in Minnesota, Vikings quarterback Teddy Bridgewater has been officially cleared to practice, and he'll return from the PUP list on Wednesday. Strange times these are in the NFL. That's it for sports.
All right, let's check in now with John Erickson, ready to start a brand new week on the Now Wisconsin. John, what do you have for us tonight?
Well, Cassandra, who wouldn't like to get a big raise this year? We have a list of jobs that are getting some of the biggest boosts. See if yours is on the list. That and much more coming up next on the Now Wisconsin.
A raise does not sound too bad to all of us here.
With that in mind,
a raise for Cameron. How about that?
Happy Bosses Day.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Now you're really looking for that raise, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. Happy Bosses Day to Pete.
Yeah, we all definitely want to say Happy Bosses Day to our general manager, Pete. Thank you so much for all that you do for us all here at NBC 26. We appreciate you and, again, everything that you do for us. And Happy Bosses Day to all of you out there. And, again, Cameron's looking for that raise, I think.
Yeah. No. Pete does such a great job.
Yes, he does.
So much work behind the scenes that you just don't see.
Right, that all the viewers at home don't see.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, we've got some nice weather on the way for the rest of the work week. We're going to see lots of sunshine mixing with some high clouds for tomorrow. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s. Our normal high tomorrow is 56, so that's a good 10 to 12 degrees above normal for this time of year. Even warmer weather as we move towards the weekend. Lower 70s on Friday, lower to possibly mid-70s on Saturday, depending on how much sunshine we see throughout the afternoon. It's going to be a windy day. And then a cold front makes its way through northeast Wisconsin. Behind that, a chance for some scattered showers, especially for the first half of Sunday. A little bit cooler. Temps will be in the upper 60s.
All right, and then we're looking at Sunday's game.
Looking at Sunday's game, looking at not just sunshine on the field, how about some sunshine on the faces of some Packers fans?
There you go.
All of us to be optimistic,
yes.
Right? That's what we need. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you at 10. Have a great night.
And good evening to you on this Monday. I'm John Erickson. Welcome into the Now Wisconsin. We are always looking at ways to help you get ahead. And speaking of getting ahead, how about a raise? Thing is, not a lot of people are getting raises these days. So the Now's Annie Taylor is looking at which jobs are coming with a raise right now.
Right now is a great time to be a barista. Their salary went up nearly 6% in the last year, and they're not the only ones seeing a pay raise. Judy Gervasini of J. Kent Staffing says while many jobs are seeing wage increases, the growth is still at a snail's pace.
It's unfortunate because profits certainly are high, a la the stock market. And, employers are just hesitant to increase those wages.
Glassdoor reports the median salary for full-time workers is $51,491. That means there's been less than a 2% wage increase since last year.
3% salary increases right now are pretty normal, and it seems that pattern has persisted as I said, over the last 6 years.
Even though our wage growth isn't the best, there are still jobs doing better than others. Take a truck driver. Their annual wage has gone up 5%. The average salary is now $52,280. Another job seeing growth, a recruiter. Their average salary is now $50,491. That's up 4.8% in the last year. Also, a store manager. Their wage growth is up 3.5% from 2016, and the average salary is $48,701. Some other jobs seeing progress are pharmacy technicians and web designers. But Gervasini says just because a job has a high pay growth does not mean it has the highest earning potential.
Extraordinary workers, people of high performance output, yes, will get more than 3%, but that is not the norm. The norm has been about 3%, and I really hate to report that.
For instance, take a pharmacist. They might make 6 figures, but last year, their wage growth only went up 0.4%. For the Now, I'm Annie Taylor.
All right, and one person getting a big promotion at work is Joe Callahan. The practice squad player signed a contract with the Green Bay Packers today. Of course, Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone yesterday in a game against the Vikings. Rodgers was hit and landed on his shoulder in the first quarter. The team went with backup quarterback Brett Hundley. Coach Mike McCarthy says Rodgers' injury needs surgery. He's likely done for the season. Pewaukee native and Texans defensive end J.J. Watt knows Rodgers' pain all too well. He suffered a season-ending injury last week. Watt tweeted this out, quote, "Gutted for Aaron Rodgers. Hate to see it." Other people who are sad about Aaron Rodgers' injury are some very young Packers fans. Marissa DiCandido is live in the newsroom. And Marissa, what are they saying?
Yeah, well, John, many of them told me they were a little bit sad, but they're also optimistic for the rest of the season. I talked to some first graders at Beaumont Elementary in Green Bay. When we told them we were coming to talk about Aaron Rodgers, they made him some cards sharing their get well messages. Too cute, but still losing number 12 possibly for the rest of the season hit these kids pretty hard.
He's my favorite player and I really like him. I want to be him most likely when I grow up. I hope he feels better.
Dear Aaron Rodgers, I hope you feel better. Love, Madeline.
Your message for him. We also spoke with a young Packers fan from New Jersey today. He's making his first trip to Lambeau this weekend. He was coming just to see Aaron Rodgers. Even though he's disappointed about Rodgers' injury, he says he's still excited to come cheer on the Pack in Green Bay. Hear from him tonight on NBC 26 Live at 10. For now, live in the Green Bay newsroom for the Now Wisconsin, I'm Marissa DiCandido.
Great to hear from those very young fans, Marissa. Thanks so much. Adult Packers fans are feeling the pain, too. A lot now riding on backup quarterback Brett Hundley, who's been in the NFL for 3 years. Of course, Aaron Rodgers got his first break after sitting on the Packers sidelines for 3 years himself. Many Packers fans hope Rodgers will be able to give a lot of help to Hundley.
He is the Packers. Without him, it's going to be real tough for us to continue the play we've been having so far this year. Very instrumental in our success.
There are 12 weeks now until the playoffs. The Packers are tied with the Vikings for first place in the division right now. With the injury to Rodgers, some people are asking if former San Francisco 49er Colin Kaepernick could be the answer to the Packers quarterback question. An online petition has been started at change.org. It already has over 6,800 signatures. Their goal is 7,500 signatures to have their hope of bringing the Wisconsin-born QB to Green Bay. It's the Now News feed here. Today, Army Sergeant Bo Bergdahl pleaded guilty to desertion and misbehavior before the enemy. He was held by the Taliban after leaving his base in Afghanistan in 2009 and was then freed in 2014. He could now spend life in prison. We've been telling you how bad the power situation is in Puerto Rico. Now the governor says he hopes 95% of it can be restored by mid-December. That will be about 3 months after the hurricane hit. And today is the deadline to file if you're one of the millions who asked for a tax extension. If you still don't do it and you owe the IRS money, you'll have to pay a penalty. If you don't owe any money and don't file, just don't expect to get a refund check anytime soon. Coming up on the Now, new warnings about a kidnapping scam. It sounds scary. Thieves call demanding money, saying they have kidnapped someone you love. You have to hear this warning from the FBI so that you don't fall for the tricks. You're watching the Now Wisconsin. Stay with us.
You're connected to The Now on NBC 26 with John Erickson, meteorologist Cameron Moreland, and sports director Charlie Sakaitis. The Now on NBC 26, keeping you connected.
Cameron's on the weather deck now, and since we are halfway through October, Cameron, it feels strange to say we're looking at the 70s here?
We are. Some 70s are certainly on the way. Some spots will flirt with 70 tomorrow. Many spots will flirt with 75 possibly by the time we get to Friday and Saturday. Now, over the weekend, we had a big storm move across northeast Wisconsin, and that storm brought heavy rain and some thunderstorms. Many areas picking up an inch or more of rain as we move through Saturday and early Sunday morning. On the backside of that storm, we had strong, gusty northerly winds. Across Door County, winds were gusting 40 to as much as 60 miles per hour. Elsewhere, we had winds gusting between 30 and 40 miles per hour. And that big storm brought a chilly morning to most of the area earlier today. Take a look at these freezing cold temperatures, down to 28 degrees in Crivets. We had 30 in Fish Creek. Washington Island hit 32. In Shawnwood, the temperature dropped down to 33. In Green Bay, the official low was 38 degrees, and it's getting pretty late in the year now to be talking about having our first freeze, which we have not had. If you take a look at the last several years here, you can see last year it was October 14th, so we're going to be past that this year. Year before that, October 16th. We're going to be past that this year as well. And then you have October 10th, October 20th, September 19th, and October 2nd. So we are going to be looking at a late first freeze across the Fox Valley compared to where we normally are. Now, after a chilly morning, we had lots of sunshine during the afternoon, just a few high clouds drifting in from the north, a couple of fair weather cumulus clouds bubbling up. High temperatures were in the upper 50s to lower 60s. That's above normal for this time of year, and that means high temperatures have now been above normal 34 of the last 36 days. So this very warm fall continues. And tomorrow we're going to add to the number count I just showed you. The normal high is 56. We're going to have mostly sunny skies with a high temperature right around 68 degrees. And even warmer weather is going to move in by the time we get to Friday and Saturday. Lower to mid-70s likely across much of the state as we move through Friday afternoon and also Saturday afternoon. Now, this is peak week for us here in northeast Wisconsin. This is the week when colors are at peak across the area. And as you take a look at the very latest fall color report, you can see we now have peak conditions from Green Bay north. South of Green Bay, we are looking at near peak conditions, which means this is the week to get out and enjoy the beautiful fall colors, do some leaf peeping. The weather's going to be fantastic for it, including this Saturday, 72 degrees with mostly sunny skies. John, you know where I'll be on Saturday?
Let me see. It's not going to be a Sunday where you'll be on the couch watching the Packers, so
That's
I don't
right.
know.
Saturday, with that forecast there, sunny and 72, I'll be in Door County.
In Door County, that was my second guess.
Yep.
All
Along
right.
with 1,000 million other people, possibly.
Should be a great time. Cameron, thanks so much. Plenty more ahead on the Now, including possible changes to food safety. Some lawmakers want to get food to our tables faster, but it could lead to more contamination. We'll look at both sides as the Now Wisconsin continues. Thanks for watching the Now Wisconsin. There is a new warning from the FBI today about fake kidnapping calls. That's when criminals lie about taking someone you love and then demand you wire them money so you can get them back. The FBI is now talking about this type of scam because it says it's been happening